Pisces, this is your July 2023 soul story. If you have a sun rising or your moon is on the sign, this is your reading for the month ahead. It's Romy. Thanks so much for taking the time to tune in and support the channel. And please make sure you're subscribed, drop me a like and a comment. It really helps to support me. We are opening up this month with the energy of justice, and July will be a time where you're certainly putting your heart on the line, but there's every indication that things are set to move towards your favor. Now that might mean that you have to kind of hold some space for a little bit of a roller coaster before we end up at the just outcome that you're seeking. And regardless of what you have to endure or navigate in the in-between, it's important that you continue to stay true to yourself. Cancer energy, of course, illuminates that 5th house, so it's all about the heart chakra and really the creative visions that you have for yourself in your life and your whole relationship to desire and pleasure and how you're reflecting upon that through this season. We're going to welcome a full moon in Capricorn on the 3rd of the month. That lights up your 11th house of hopes and dreams, but also community and friendships. There might be something that you're negotiating or that finally comes to a head around that early point in the month, and I certainly think it's going to reveal something to you about yourself that's really going to define, it's going to kind of create this arc of influence as to what comes next for you in the coming days and weeks ahead. It's important to remember, of course, around these full moon times that we are encouraged to consider what it is that we need to let go of and release. And sometimes with justice we can get very fixated on what we think is fair or unfair in our world, and that can kind of put blinkers on as we really become overly fixated, frustrated, or just kind of bound up in our own thought forms around kind of what's unfolding, and perhaps situations externally that you don't necessarily have any full control over. This, of course, is a month where, heart healing is really being amplified. We're working with the Venus retrograde shadow, which will then station fully retrograde on the 22nd. We're going to have Chiron going retrograde as well. So, sometimes it sort of hits on the Achilles heel, that tender, soft underbelly. So some of the situations we can encounter and navigate can feel a little bit painful. There can be some power plays and dynamics going on, and sometimes to the sensitive soul that you are, that can just feel a little bit harsh, or it can take you by surprise in terms of some people's reactions towards you. You mustn't let them tell you to get over it this month, Pisces. You do need to feel, to face, to process, to reflect, acknowledge and accept, and it takes as long as it takes. You can't bury the pain. It's only going to forge deeper roots within you. So there's something important that wants to come out into the light, and you have to do and find an approach that's right for you, not what's right for anybody else. Of course, this is also a season where we're looking at inner parenting, reconnecting to our inner child. And with the Emperor showing up here, there might be some opportunities for you to explore that divine masculine energy, father figure for you. And, as we kind of look back to the past to gain some sort of sense of context and frame of reference to where we now are and the patterns that are showing up for us, there's quite a lot being revealed to you through the course of this month about your own patterning. Remembering, of course, that we, in all of our relationships, are not just experiencing our own healing journey, but we're also having to make space for other people's patterns and wounds and triggers. And it also feels like that's something that's being highlighted quite powerfully this month, especially connected into family. There's a sense of you being very aware of the family karma or things that are coming up for you to have to navigate through. We want you to remember, of course, through the course of July, that your thoughts in any given moment, they can't possibly contain the enormity of all that you are. And it would be really easy to get a little harsh or kind of caught up in certain situations that make you feel overly sensitive and kind of lose track on how much progress you've made or how many things are actually just about to come together. And there is a feeling of that for you in this month of July, Pisces, where things are just about to come together. And, you know, that in and of itself can sometimes feel a bit frustrating because it's like you can sense it's on its way. You feel into it and there's almost a surprise from you that it hasn't revealed itself because the energy is so strong and potent. It's in your energy field. And I want you to kind of just hold true to that and continue to kind of, where necessary, keep putting your heart on the line to kind of align with the things that you've been asking for and what it is that you desire. Remembering, of course, when we manifest, it's not just what we ask for, it's who we are and how we show up. Now, on the 9th of the month, Pallas Athena shifts into Virgo, and the following day, Mars is going to move into Virgo. So we have this new strategy that we're going to forge and create with the support of these energies, and it really helps us mind, body and soul. Remember, Virgo is the caretaker, the nurturer, the healer, and helps us to go back over the details, pore over the details. This is helpful in the context of the retrograde and the slowing down energy, and also the fact that July has this kind of whole series of speed bumps and roadblocks and sort of nuisance energies that can feel a bit interfering and distracting, but ultimately are helping us to recognize and see something. So you're being invited to look at a new approach and a new strategy. It's also going to help you to negotiate something that I think is incredibly important. You're not meant to continue to sign up to something that really does not serve you. And it's not even not serving you. I feel it's not serving other people too. It's just that for whatever reason, nobody's prepared to kind of put their hand up and go like, this is insane, like this is not working. And I feel like you're the one that needs to do that. You're certainly demonstrating your mutability through the course of this month, because what we have is this assertive Pisces that's kind of standing up and realizing what's important and, you know, prepared to collaborate, to work with others and sort of try to find a way through and a way forward. But at the same time, there's also this deep desire to want to kind of retreat and reflect and just take some time and space for you, and you need that room to breathe. And, you know, sometimes when we feel like we've been going through the motions and almost kind of teetering on the edge of like feeling that sense of a burnout, you know, this is also a time when it's important to sort of experience that regenerative, restorative journey back to what truly matters for you. And I think you're also being encouraged to take that in a way that kind of creates more space for play, for, you know, just creatively expressing whatever it is that you're feeling or what's going on for you. There's this lovely gathering that's shown and illustrated in your Three of Pentacles here. And it just tells me that the energy that you're working with, if you harness it in the right way, it can feel really meaningful for you, and it can actually help forge new bonds and connections through the course of this month. Notably, when we come towards the 17th, we're going to see the North Node shifting into Aries. The same day as the new moon in Cancer coming in at 25 degrees. Now, you know, we have with these North Node changes a reminder that they represent the fulfillment and growth and the highest expression of our destiny. And the King of Cups shows up here. It's almost like part of you is looking on and observing sort of your life and how it's unfolding and certain things that are going on, and realizing the significance and the importance of some of the decisions and choices that you're making. Yeah, and it's not like we ever find ourselves ready, Pisces, right? Sometimes we just have a moment of bravery and we make a choice and we follow it through. And that's really the way that it unfolds, and how we have to approach certain things when we felt like we've been sat in a place of indecision or the timing never feels quite right. And so, you know, there is this sense of you, when you feel your worth is on the line, or something that's important or that truly matters to you, and you feel like you're missing the time. Now, you're not, because there's never a sense of missing out truly, but there's an urgency that you're feeling at a deeper soul level that North Node is kind of tapping into and amplifying. That means, you know, you're coming to this state of awareness and this mastery of like your own emotional sensibilities and your spiritual path, and you're just going, okay, it's now, now or never. And I need to kind of really recognize the way that I'm being guided and what that truly means for me. And, you know, I think this also reflects on the fact that the decisions and choices that you'll be making may ruffle some feathers, you know, so be it. You're never just going to have everybody on board, and we can't really change how they'll respond. We can only change how we respond to whatever their chosen reaction is, right? Your Hermit energy indicates to me, though, that there's something that you need to do, and you need to do it alone. And there's a little soul-searching energy that's coming through there. The King of Cups really supportive and helping you in being able to tap into that more powerfully. You may feel at times a little isolated from someone or something through the course of July, and I feel like you're kind of on a transitionary journey here. We can see the light emanating through the doorway, and I think there'll be a returning to that. In fact, it's not a surprise when we're approaching and engaging in Venus retrograde especially, that there are separations and breakups, of course, as well as reconnections, but you know, sometimes it's just about needing space. Yeah, or things feeling very intense, very full on, and then nothing at all. But whatever your personal experience over these next few weeks, it's really important to recognize not just kind of what you're up against, but you know, how far you've come and how much you've changed and what you've learned about yourself. And that's really going to be the thing that I think you fall back on, and that you can kind of feel safe in the knowledge of, because the Hermit tells me you do have that wisdom within you to know the right thing to do, and to not kind of go to pieces when you come up against that challenge, or you feel like you're being separated, or there's some sort of perhaps crises, healing crises, or a certain situation that, you know, makes it more challenging for you to see the end picture, the end goal, the end vision that you have for, you know, that particular scenario in your life at this time. Yeah. So as we move into Leo season, the sun shifts into the sign on the 22nd, same day Venus will move retrograde. You know the themes you've been working with. It's been since the 19th of June. Yeah, so these are the things that over the next few weeks you're going to be like getting to know intimately, and will be exploring much more powerfully. So it's 6th house for you, and there's this intentionality to kind of really review, you know, just the way in which you're moving through your day-to-day experiences, and how the rituals and routines are either serving you or feeling like they're suffocating you in some way, you know, and the way that you want to be of service and how that's being highlighted. And, you know, I think there's a lot that's going to come back around to you. And remember, there's also an opportunity for incredible blessings to show up. And I feel for you in the month of July, you're going to be pleasantly surprised, actually, Pisces, around some things that show up pertaining perhaps a little bit more around your purpose, your career, opportunities around income streams, things like that, where you have done some work and some healing around your prosperity and money consciousness. And now, you know, it's the universe's way of saying, like, here's the karma, here's the sort of upside of this. And, you know, it may be too good to be true as you look at it. You may have a little struggle to kind of trust in what it is that you're seeing. That wouldn't be a bad thing as we just move through this transit to kind of really come out the other side before we kind of fully commit or invest. But I certainly have a sense that you are recognizing and seeing the investments that you've made previously, and how that's really helping to shape the direction that you're heading, and perhaps some things finally making sense to you about why you had to do something, or why something was moved out of your life at that specific time. There's a sense of an apology required, needed, being asked for, and a reminder that it's not just in the words that are spoken, it's really in the follow through and the actions. And I think that's still up for debate, that there's still a question mark over the action piece of this part of the puzzle. And that's okay. You know, you can have intention from someone, maybe it is you, but it feels like more someone that, you know, you're expecting it from. And so I think we just need to kind of hold space for that to unfold and to move forward and progress in the way that it's supposed to, without trying to force it and without trying to call it out or hurry it up. You know, just let it be what it needs to be and keep moving forward in the way that you're supposed to right now. So if you're new to the channel, Pisces, the last 3 cards we cover in our extended version of the reading, you can find the link in the comment and description box underneath. It's a way to support the channel. So we'll go deeper into this month, and we'll also look at a personal question and a relationship card for you. I'm going to go ahead and just clarify the main cards and see some of the messages we're going to be looking at. So we've got Queen of Pentacles, Ten of Swords. What about this Emperor? Seven of Wands, Four of Wands. Okay, Ten of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Wands. All the decks that I use are listed in the comment and description box underneath. Okay, King of Wands. There's that investment paying off. Seven of Pentacles, Page of Swords. What about this King of Cups? Another Emperor, interesting. A lot of divine masculine energy is showing up for you this month. Another King of Cups, wow. Interesting. Okay, Hermit, Temperance, Eight of Cups. There's a sort of finality that's being highlighted here to something. Even if you're feeling hesitant about what that might mean for you, I think it's important to remember that, you know, sometimes we just have to have finality to a particular cycle before we evolve to kind of what that next chapter, what that next layer is that we need to explore, you know. So this is Life Soul Vision Oracle. Which, if you're new to my channel, is my own deck. You'll see the box highlighted here. You can explore this as well as my book Moon Musings over on my website, and these creative projects are here to support you in your spiritual journey. Please do check them out if you enjoy my work. Labyrinth of Sweet Surrender. We have Third Eye Energy. We've got the Queen of Air, Queen of Fire. Interesting. Eclipse Revelations, Destiny Speaks, and Sacred Soul Union. Okay. Right, let's go ahead and pull from the Ocean Dreams Oracle for you now. So this is Pisces, July. Okay, actually two came through, so let's take them both. Protection and Open Channel. Okay, lovely. And then finally a Goddess card for you. We'll explore these messages in the extended Pisces. And at Surrender. When I let go of the reins of control, I thrive. Okay, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to wish you a really beautiful month of July. If you're joining me for the extended, we will continue this cosmic conversation and deliver you further insights. You take good care. I appreciate you. I'll see you again soon.